Hello YouTube, it is Championdjk coming at you again with another weekly video. Happy Halloween. Should be a fun day today in spite of, all the current affairs going on around the world. Halloween's always a fun holiday, so I'm excited. It's the one day of the year that I get to have hair, so that's pretty cool. Alright, so let's go ahead and let's get right into the stuff I have to share with you, which is pretty awesome. So last week we had our monthly meet, local Diecast meet, and so I was able to pick up some really cool stuff. Before we get into that, I did find one thing in a store for once. I found an M2 Chase. This is a 1966 Dodge Charger gasser, just limited to 750 pieces. So that was pretty cool to find that. And yeah, pretty stellar. I don't collect them too early, so this will be up for trade. I hope to check off an Ultra Red for it, which would be really sweet. Just any Ultra Red I don't already have. Probably one from one of the latest releases. That'd be fantastic to trade for this. If anybody's got something, let me know. And I will. I'd be glad to trade that away. All right. Now into the stuff I got at the meet. Well, we'll just start with this. My first, one of the coolest things that I got was from my buddy Suresh. You guys know I've mentioned him several times on the channel. Such a great guy. He ran across at a Meijer, and they stocked the Johnny Lightning Street Freaks, and they stocked a ton of them. So he was able to pick me up 3 more of my blacked out van, which is really cool because obviously I'm going to hoard this thing. As many of these I can find, I'm going to pick up. I already had to get one for my mom, and some other family members wanted one because they think it's cool that, if you're not familiar with this is the Johnny Lightning release. That on the rear of the van, it's got my other bumper stickers on the back, including in the license plate that says Championdjk. Thanks from JL. Free the Peace. 10 Car Tuesday, and my other car is in Auto World. So just fantastic. I featured this in another video. This is definitely one of the coolest things that's ever happened to me since making this channel. Was that Mike, a designer for Round 2, put that graphic together and actually got it out on a release. So it's fantastic. So not only did he find me those 3, but he also found me the White Lightning of it. Pretty basic White Lightning. I wish it was a white body. That would be so cool if it was a pearl white body, but it's not. It's got the White Lightning base and white interior, and that's really the only difference there. So pretty cool. All right. So I got that, and honestly, I am on the fence about whether or not to open up that White Lightning. I open everything, but man, I might want to keep that one carded. Obviously, that's staying in my collection forever. So thank you so much, Suresh, for hooking me up with that. I really appreciate it. The dude gets lucky when he hunts. He really does. He finds some really cool stuff, and he's added some amazing pieces to my collection over the years that I've known him. So just absolutely fantastic. So thank you again. All right, let's see here. Next up, I got these 2 Johnny Lightnings from a guy named Joe, who was at the meet. And they're pretty cool. So I got the 1980 Toyota BJ40 Land Cruiser. That's a pretty awesome casting, and this is an older one. It's pretty fantastic. These used to be pretty hard to find and stuff like that. Now I think they've released the casting so much now that I think the cost of these has probably gone down. I don't know for sure on the secondhand market, but I got a really good deal on these. I think these were like $4 a piece. And then I got this 1969 Chevy Blazer. So that's pretty cool too. I don't know. We'll probably just open these because I don't really have much to open for the second segment. So we'll probably just open those those guys and take a look at them. And then for my buddy Crazy Todd, Todd found this for me, which is great because I needed this to give back to Andrew Jaremko. So, buddy, I will be sending this your way. Sorry it took so darn long. He did me a huge solid, and he gave me the Ultra Red of this car, and only wanted in return was this back. So just like the regular release of it, because he wanted that. And finally, this showed up at some Walmarts, and my buddy Todd was able to grab one for me. So I appreciate that. Thank you, Todd, and thank you, Andrew. Also, off of Todd's table, I saw this old Greenlight there, and I decided to pick it up. This is from, I guess, Greenlight Entertainment, like a Hot Rod magazine, 1969 Ford Mustang Mach 1. I don't know when this is from. Looks like 2012 possibly, but I picked that up, so that's pretty cool. And that's that. All right, so the rest of this stuff I actually got from SC Diecast, which is great. I'm so awesome that they come to the monthly meets. So I usually end up grabbing a bunch of stuff from them every time. And this time I got quite a few items, but one of them being the Car Culture Power Trip set, which I'll probably do a separate video on, but here it is. My initial impressions of this set are that it's not that exciting to me. I don't know. I guess it's cool to get the Chevy Love. I think that's the first time that's had a metal base, so that's kind of cool. The Dodge Challenger Demon, I think that's the first time that's had a metal base too, so that is neat. The GMC Cyclone's really nice. The Buick Regal's really nice. The Barracuda's kind of cool too. Kind of like a matching Mopar set, which is pretty awesome. I guess it's a pretty solid set. I mean, really, that's my favorite. I think that's going to be a lot of people's favorite. It doesn't look as good as the black one that came out in one of the Fast and Furious sets. But it looks pretty good in that pearl white. So I'll probably do a separate video on these like I do with most Car Culture sets, just to, whatever, just go through that set. Those videos usually do pretty well. So I'll probably just do that in a separate video. All right, I picked up 3 Greenlight cars. Now I did an unboxing of these vintage ad cars on my channel this week. So if you missed it, go back and check it out. We did an unboxing of this set, and I told you I had picked up these 3, and here they are. I am going to go ahead and we are going to open these and look at those in the second half of the video. So some really cool cars. The Mustang, the AMC Matador, and the Chevy Silverado. So we got a square body Chevy. It's going to be pretty cool to take a look at this because we're also going to open up an Auto World square body, I think. I was going to save this for a Free the Piece Friday, but I think I don't want to wait. So we're going to open this up. Those guys. So I got these from SC Diecast as well. I picked up 2 of these trucks just because I have a problem with hoarding. So we're going to open up one of these, and we're going to open up this Ultra Red. Why not? Let's get it open. It's a pretty sick looking Ultra Red. Even with those red tires. You know I'm not a huge fan of the red tire thing, but on this truck, not too much to complain about. That looks pretty sharp. So we will check out those. We'll open them up. Usually I save this stuff for Free the Piece Friday episode, but we don't have a lot to look at in the second segment that we're opening, so I'm going to go ahead and we're just going to do it. We're going to open that up. Might kick off the second part of the video with that. And the only other thing I got was some of these. Now, yeah. I already have them. I know I do, okay? I know I have a problem. I swear to you, I'm not only collecting this casting. It's like not the only thing I'm picking up. But there are a lot of square bodies out there, and I've been getting a lot of them. And I've been lucky to have some, hobby dealers and stuff to help me out. So if you missed it, I'm getting hair in my mouth. If you missed it, I did a really cool video, or Free the Piece Friday, on the B&B Farm Toys trucks. They sent me the trucks with, and there's 2 Ultra Reds for it. And that video was kind of cool because I kind of explained why those Ultra Reds are cool, or why the one is pretty cool. So if you missed that, check it out. And Do I have the packaging near me? Hang on one second. Yeah. So this is what I'm talking about, just in case you did miss it. Packaging still sitting on the floor. So check those out. And pretty cool video. So I was able to add those to the collection. I was able to add the Surplus Goodies one to the collection, along with the Ultra Red, the J-Car Diecast one, which is sitting back right there, which will be in a Free the Piece Friday episode sometime soon. So I've been making progress in getting, the CS Customs one too. I haven't got the Ultra Red for that, but he did send me the trucks to show on a video. So it's just been fantastic that, I don't have a huge channel. I get it. Like, it's decent size, whatever. I have 10,000 subs, and I still kind of hover around, the 1,000 to 2,000 views per video. So I'm pretty fortunate that, with that amount of views, that I'm a lot, that some hobby dealers and stuff like that are willing to work with me and have me do videos on their stuff. And I think people respond well to it. So it's cool. And it allows me to really be able to show you, everything kind of as it comes out. But yeah, so I'm stoked on these. These I definitely had to purchase, but super awesome. So we are going to definitely take a look at these in the second half, and I'm excited about that. We can compare that square body to this square body, and we'll check them out. All right, so stay tuned. Let's go ahead and flip the camera around, and let's look at some stuff up close. Okay, so real quick, I just wanted to show you this up close. Like I said, I'm not going to open it now, and I don't know if I'm ever going to open it, but it's just cool. All right, so White Lightning, there it is. There's a White Lightning version of this van. Now, I believe there are only, so if there's 2% of the production line, what's 2% of 2,000? That's 40, right? So I believe there's only 40 of these out there. And that, it's an interesting set from these Street Freaks because, okay, a lot of people are confusing this with the White Lightning. And this is not the White Lightning. This is the version B of this release, and this does not have those bumper stickers on the back. What does it say on there? Rollin' Big on the back. Instead of that Championdjk there. So it's only this version that's got my stuff on the back. But a lot of people are confusing this as the White Lightning version. It's not the White Lightning version. Now, the other interesting thing is I've discovered, I think, from searching on eBay and stuff, and someone else had pointed this out to me, that there are two different versions of the White Lightning. So there is a version B White Lightning, which they normally don't do. Normally, you would probably find this on this packaging, and oh man, that's a White Lightning. So just a white base, white interior. Now, there is a version of this that also has a white base, from what I've been told. And so there's two different White Lightnings. So there's a White Lightning of this, and there's a White Lightning of that. Okay? I don't know. I haven't really been able to substantiate that claim, but from what I understand, that's true. So that's kind of interesting. So that really means that there's only 40 of these out there. Otherwise, there would be obviously 80 of them, right? 2% of 4,000. Am I doing that math correctly? I think so. So, yeah. Just so you know. All right. Just wanted to share that with you real quick before we moved on. So let's get right in to these. And let's open. Oh, gosh. I'm dropping stuff all over. All right. So I'm just looking at both of these. I'm going to pick one to open. Yeah, it doesn't matter, I guess. All right. This is a pretty awesome release from MJ Toys. So this isn't like a super rare Ultra Red in terms of how these hobby exclusives are going, because this was a run of 4,800 pieces. Not sure exactly how many Ultra Reds. It's interesting with the hobby releases. I don't think they exactly follow the 3% guideline. They might even be a little bit more rare at like 2% for the hobby exclusive releases. And I'm not super clear on that. I'm sure someone else could clarify it in the comments maybe. And this one looks like it's got like a little chip on it or something in the upper right hand corner. We're gonna open up this one. All right, so let's go ahead and free the piece on this. Sorry I didn't pre-cut these, but let's check it out. Oh, here's a look at the back of the card. All right, cool. So yeah, there's a lot of these square bodies coming up, but I'm really not complaining. I think it's actually kind of fantastic. I don't mind having a huge collection of just this one truck because it's a great casting and people are doing some cool stuff with it, and this is included in that cool stuff. So there you go. It's a 3-rivet version of the tooling. I've been talking a bit about that too. There are different versions of this tooling. The newest ones are going to have 3 rivets in the base, which is great because it keeps the bed straight. This one is more the lowered ride height, not the stock ride height, but with these kind of like appear to be like racing style wheels. This is kind of cool. So just a really good look for this Sunoco. I'm always confused at how to pronounce that. With the number 7 on it. You got lots of little sponsorship decals. I mean, that's just an awesome looking truck. I love the little number 7s and the headlights. MJ exclusive for the plate. Painted bumper. I mean, this is definitely a good one to get. I got to get the Golf one that they put out. I haven't got that one yet, so I do have to pick that up, and somehow I'm going to have to try to get the Ultra Red for it as well. Yeah, it's going to be a challenge. It's been a challenge so far keeping up with these, but I've been really, really lucky to have, well, first of all, the YouTube channel to allow me to get some hobby dealers, like I said, to work with me on these things. So otherwise, I understand. It'd be really hard to really keep up, especially the Ultra Reds, to try to get all these chases because they can get pretty expensive. So here's a look at the truck. The truck looks fantastic. I really like it. Of course I do. I'm biased, right? Because I just love Auto World, and this is just a really cool little version of this truck. And then here's the Ultra Red, which the Ultra Red looks... It's got a lot of ketchup mustard going on, but I don't know. It looks really good, I think, even with those red tires. So let's go ahead and open it. Freeing the piece on this Ultra Red. And there it is. The other thing with hobby exclusive releases, I don't think they ever have raws. I think there might have been one here and there that had a raw, but most of the time they do not have raw. So there are no raw version of this, which is fine. Oh man, that looks killer up front. The red headlight, the number 7 in there. This one's got a red base. Okay, so this one has the hole for the 3rd rivet, but the actual truck bed does not have the 3rd rivet on there. So that's kind of interesting. You'll probably find these both ways. But there you go. Ultra red base, ultra red body, a red interior as opposed to the black interior in the other truck, and of course red tires. So that's kind of cool. They did a lot of different stuff. So they actually, they changed the interior color even. It would have been cool, too, if they would have put a red 7 up here instead of the blue on there. I mean, it still looks pretty cool, but that would have been a nice touch, too. I'm not complaining, but it just would have been kind of cool. I mean, they put red there. Yeah. I mean, it looks, I don't know. This is really cool looking. And normally I really just despise kind of like the red tire look. But like I said, on this truck, it works. Would this thing look cool with black tires? Yeah, it probably would. I definitely wouldn't complain about it then either. But the red tires kind of do set it off. Really make it look kind of special. So, what a fantastic release. Definitely digging it. All right, cool. I wish I could get M&J Toys to work with me. Then you can get a lot of cool stuff that would come through here that I could show off of theirs. All right, let's see here. What should we look at next? Well, let's stick with square bodies for a second, and let's take a peek at the square body that really hasn't gotten any attention, and that is the Greenlight. In comparison to Auto World M2 and, of course, Hot Wheels, I would argue that the Greenlight has really kind of been neglected. So let's kind of check it out. And maybe that's just my perception, but I don't see people really posting up every new whatever, acquiring their new square body from Greenlight. And I don't really know why, but let's go ahead and see if we can kind of figure that out. So here it is. And what do you guys think of it? So the casting, of course, is a metal body, metal base. It does have 3 rivets on it to try to keep that bed straight. That's good. That's interesting. So the serial number on this thing is like basically missing, unless I got all zeros. That is actually kind of weird. See that? I mean, I'm sure there's a number on there, but it's going to be definitely low. That's kind of cool. So this is an 85 Chevy Silverado. Here's a look at the front. So the casting is obviously constructed. This isn't really the best version to compare it to, but the casting is constructed quite differently than the Auto World is. The Auto World does have a separate plastic back bumper. This one has that as well, separate piece back there. The Auto World has a tailgate that opens. This one does not open. The Auto World just is metal up front here, including the bumper. This one actually does do a plastic insert for the bumper and for the grille, and that's because they also do the GMC version of the truck. So you will see that difference. The hood does not open on this casting either. It looks like it does, but it does not. I don't think. Ooh, wow, am I pulling it open? It's a separate... Okay, that's interesting. So it appears to be a separate tooled piece, but it does not open. Or if it does open, it's like impossible to get open because I'm really cranking on it here. And see, it moves a bit. What is going on there? That's weird. Like I can get a fingernail under there. But it's definitely not. It's not budging. No, it's not. Weird. Either I got a defective one or the hood just doesn't open on these. But I mean, overall, size-wise, they are identical, pretty much. This would be more of a stock ride height, but interestingly enough, it's like the same height, maybe a little bit taller than the Auto World one. It seems that the Auto World one, no, they're right on, actually. I was going to say the Auto World one looks a little bit wider, but it's not. So yeah, both, I would guess, 1/64 scale accurately, since they are about exactly the same length and all that good stuff. So I don't know. So let me know your theories. Why aren't people really going nuts over the Greenlight version of it? I mean, it looks good, I think. I mean, it looks maybe a little bit cheaper than the Auto World version, just because of these. I don't know. Maybe that chrome plastic little insert. Sometimes those can look really good up front. Sometimes I don't know. Not. You're never going to get a chrome bumper with this because they'd have to paint it chrome. This they could make chrome in the back, but they're not going to do that because obviously the front, they'd have to paint it chrome. And it's hard to like paint something metal that's chrome. It's much easier to do it with plastic. So, interesting. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think about this square body. I'm interested to know. I mean, if you guys have been picking these up or not. I don't even know, honestly, how many of these are out or how many they've released so far. But I know there's different versions of it, so that's kind of cool. All right, so let's stick with Greenlight for a little bit here, and let's check out this 1973 AMC Matador. Open it up. And check it out. So this is a casting that mainly you're going to see used, I believe, as a police vehicle, a law enforcement vehicle. But this one we get in this sweet, just stock livery. So the tooling is a pretty new one. Tooling number is 184A. So yeah, this I think came out in 2020. Pretty sure this is like pretty much a new casting. And it looks good. I like the color of it. The color was fantastic. Flat black top. Of course, metal body, metal base. So this does also have like, your chrome plastic insert for the back because they tool different versions of this Matador using the same sort of platform. So there's the front. Looks pretty good. And white wall tires. Hubcaps. I think it looks fantastic, actually. Nice little stock look for this car. And I like it a lot. All right. So, continuing to move on. So that vintage ad car series, you should watch the unboxing video if you want to see the rest of the cars in it. But it's a good set from Greenlight. It's one of the better sets is this vintage ad car series because they just do some really cool versions of these cars in like a stock graphic. All right, so this is a 1982 Ford Mustang. This is a brand new Fox Body Mustang casting from Greenlight. They do, I don't remember what the year is that they do. I think like 87 or something like that, a different tooling. But here's this one. It's a brand new tooling number 191. Just came out this year, and it's pretty sweet. And sometimes Greenlight really goes all out with their castings. That Matador does not have an opening hood. This one does. And I've mentioned this before, but it's interesting how Greenlight treats different cars a little bit differently, and they do some different stuff. Not all their cars have opening hoods. You know what I mean? They don't really follow a straight formula when it comes to tooling a new vehicle. They do them differently, and I'm not really sure if that's just depending on the person that ends up designing this or what, as to why certain things are done certain ways, or why things have opening hoods. Some do, some don't. Maybe they just can't make it work on some of the other ones, but you'd think they'd be able to give a truck an opening hood or an opening tailgate, something. But they didn't, and I'm not sure exactly why. It could be because of all the different tooling options for it. I'm not really sure. But this obviously is going to have some different tooling options. It's got an insert in the front. So instead of changing the tooling slightly, that they do is they tool these pieces that they can stick in the front to make different grills. And that's why you're going to see that right up there. It blends in pretty well. It looks maybe a little goofy. Does the real car look like that, where you can see that outline there? I don't think it does. Maybe it does. I don't know. Of course, a separate piece back here for the little spoiler thing and for the taillight assembly. But overall, yeah, I'm digging this. I'm digging this little casting, this little Mustang. That's sweet. So check that out. And they've released it already in a couple of different versions. This was the cleanest one I've seen so far, so I had to get it. So it looks fantastic in red like that. It's a good color for it. Rolls really nice too. Actually, that Matador rolls really nice, and so does the truck, which Greenlight isn't always known for the best rolling cars. I like it. I like it. All right, what do we got left here to look at? Do we want to check out this 1969 Ford Mustang Mach 1? Actually, you know what? We're not going to. Sorry about it. I'm going to go ahead and throw that in a 10 Car Tuesday episode. I got a Greenlight one probably coming up that could use that. But let's go ahead and open these Johnny Lightnings, I think, and let's get out for today. And you guys enjoy your Halloween night. All right. There you go. K5 Blazer. 1969 Chevy Blazer. Chevy Thunder rolling down the highway. Collect all 4 in Chevy Thunder release 6. So this came out in, as I'm trying to find the copyright date, 2006 it looks like. All right. Comes with a key. It's made of metal. Well, it's like a tin. Nice little oddball little accessory. And here is the casting. So this casting is still in use today by round 2. And I really don't pick up too many of them. I have a couple in my collection, but I don't have too many of them. It's pretty nice, though. It's got a plastic top, metal body, metal base, of course. This one does have an opening hood. It's got some pretty nice details, and I just thought it looked pretty good, so I decided to get it. I think there's like a chunk missing out of the tire. That's kind of weird. I can probably just flip that tire around, and that'll solve that issue. But, I mean, it looks okay. I mean, the only argument I would have that this not being a great piece is that its size. I mean, obviously, it's small. It's not really 1/64 scale. It's I wouldn't even know what to say for what scale it actually is, but it's definitely not straight 1/64 scale because it would be a lot bigger. You know. Height looks like it's probably right on. Or pretty close. But actually probably should be higher because this would be sitting up a little bit higher, but I don't know, the width might be close, but I think overall the length is pretty small and not 1/64 scale. But pretty cool nonetheless. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the last piece we're going to look at, and that is this Toyota BJ40 Land Cruiser. These older ones are kind of cool to get. They make this casting now. Oh, this came out, by the way, in 2005 is what it looks like. So they make this casting more often now in like with off-road tires. And those are cool. They look really cool. I dig them. But something about this little stock look with these tires just looks a little bit better to me. I got to fix one of the tires on the back. That's easy enough. A long time ago, I did a version of this casting for Heavy Metal 164 where I put headlights in this thing, and I'll tell you what, I will never try to do that again. It was a freaking nightmare trying to make this happen. But I was able to do it, but man, it was tough. Yeah, this thing's cool, though. This is a cool casting. Another thing, same deal with the Blazer. It's obviously smaller than 1/64 scale. That would be my only complaint. It'd be really cool for like Auto World to tool up one of these in true 1/64 scale. I think that would be neat. It's just a little small. How small? I couldn't tell you, but I think it's definitely a little tiny. But that's a cool piece. All right, so that's going to be it for this episode, guys. Thanks again for watching. Obviously, my favorite piece of the day is going to be that. These are just pretty sick. And I would say my second favorite is definitely this little Fox body. It's pretty cool. Well, then, of course, the White Lightning van. That's amazing to have that in the collection. I was really hoping I would be able to check that off, and I was glad I did. Thanks to Suresh. And then right after I got that from Suresh too, Fordsman84 used to do YouTube videos on here. He messaged me and said he found the White Lightning, and I'm like, oh man, that's cool. And he probably would have traded it to me had I asked, but I just told him, I had already got it and all that jazz. So, hopefully he hangs on to it or whatever if he wants it, or if someone else wants it, go hit him up because there's not that many of them out there. So, all right. Thanks again for watching. You guys have a great day. Enjoy your Halloween.